Hello, my name is Delamer Ituarte and I represent this anonymous artist that he just brought this amazing group of work to the streets of Chelsea, New York.
In this video, I will guide you through a virtual tour of this utterly unique and thrilling exhibition right here on 28th Street between 10th and 11th Avenue of New York. In a tribute to the eternal idea that art is everywhere, he has turned the street itself into a gallery and inserted objects that could be passed by as industrial elements, found objects or mistakes of paint or design, or even trash, but each have an inherent beauty, and in fact have deep meaning to him as an artist. This work cannot be sold. It is accessible to everyone, and is purely for the experience of opening your eyes and mind to its own perception. He has been doing it in different parts of the world, and finally we have it here in the center of the art world in Chelsea.
The title of this piece is In Credence We Modus. What does credence mean? Credence is something that we believe in. Okay, like a creed, like a thing that we believe in. And modus is a way to operate. So it means operating from something that we believe in. So the artist, what he did is he drew a spring. He did the resemble of a spring stretched, outlining the building. So what's the purpose of a spring if it's stretched? You know, you can't bounce on it anymore. Like, that's not gonna get you higher anyway, because it's sideways and it's stretched. So when you operate from a grid, you really don't need to jump further. You just like go with the natural processes in life. And that's what the artist wanted to resemble, drawing a pool spring sideways. Totally useless. This is another piece. This piece is called Foliage Abatement of the Anima, okay? If we add the numbers in each side, here we get a 10, because 6 plus 3 plus 1 equals a 10. And 4 plus 3 equals a 7. So that gives us a date, the 7th of October, okay? So there was, in 1/4, the artist was walking down the street and he found out that his best friend was killed in a gunfight. So when he was looking in front of himself, he saw like the most beautiful sunset that he had ever seen on that date. And he knew that by that sunset, his friend was saying hello to him. So that's why he decided to create this piece, you know, like a sunset with the date exactly like when this happened. So this piece is called Tilted Chimera. What does tilted mean? Of course, we all know, you know, when something is sideways, when someone we're looking it from down to up. And chimera is something that we really hope for. That's like, I want a chimera, you know. So that's what it means here. So the artist did this piece when he was really, really young, and his mother like obliged him to finish eating all his food, and he had to stay all the time sitting on the table, and he got so bored that he just like literally crawled down and like lay down on the floor where he was looking at the wood, and he saw like all these patterns, you know. He started like seeing clouds, he started seeing forests, he started seeing like all different kinds of things. So this piece is an inspiration from that. It's a piece of wood of the table where he was underneath, a tilted chimera of his dreams. This next piece is called Sojourn. Sojourn means a temporary moment, a temporary state. So the artist decided to do this piece inspired, and those like little coffee breaks that he took with his friends while they were like in the construction work. They took like 5 minutes or 10 minutes to have like a cigarette and a coffee, and they talked like about all these adventures, and in a way that was the motivation for going to work. You know, like he didn't really like the work because he was an artist truly, but like having these little spaces with friends in the middle of the days really made him enjoy life, and life is about that. So that's why this piece is called Sojourn. Okay, so we're here at one of the pieces, and it's called Stration and Bern, okay? I'm going to explain what this means. Stration means stripes, and Bern means baby. Because if we look at this piece, you can see that it's a baby sideways. So it's a close-up of a baby's shirt sideways. In the top part, you can see his stomach. On top of his shirt, he has a little sock that he's been playing with, so he like landed on top of his shirt, and that's like a little mark of chocolate that he's been eating. Okay, so this piece is called Stration and Bern because the artist, when he was like in his mid-30s, he was thinking if he was capable of becoming a dad. He wasn't sure about it. So he was with a girlfriend, and he decided to buy a dog to prove to himself if he was able to take care of someone. So he bought Rufus. So Rufus was his dog for a long time, and he was like, okay, I'm actually good with this whole parenting thing. And then one day, his girlfriend said that she was pregnant. Just the morning that she explained to the artist that she was pregnant, they found that Rufus had died. So that's why they decided to call their son Rufino. So this is a resemble of Rufino playing, you know, and like the artist got this piece with like the shock of emotions of like knowing that his beloved dog had died, but that he was expecting a new son. So like the combination of these two things was what really got him into the inspiration of creating Strain and Burn. This next piece that we have here is Perpetual Dachshund. So you know I told you about Rufus, the wiener dog that the artist had in that wall over there. Well, this is a sculpture of Rufus called Perpetual Dachshund. He just did it to resemble the love that he had for this pet, and like how the outcome of him dying at the same time that he knew he was gonna be a dad. Like that was, he just made two pieces out of that because it was too much. So this is a sculpture of Rufus. This piece that we have here, it's called Previous Weaning. Previous is when something's bad, when something's terrible, and weaning is the natural process of stop breastfeeding a child. The artist's wife stopped breastfeeding his child when he was 3 years old, so he was quite old, you know. So this process, in a natural way of life, it's very hard for the child because he thinks that the mom not giving him child is a lack of love. It's something that it's really hard for babies to understand, but this is a natural process. So previous weaning is a representation of that natural process that it has to happen, but it's just not really understandable for a child. So that's where he got the inspiration of doing that piece. This piece is called Reminiscence of Apprehension. Reminiscence is something that you remember, something that you take from the past, and apprehension is when you're like pulled on tight to it, okay, and you never want to let go. So the artist got inspired by this piece by the process of clocking into work. You know, when you have to like get something out and like sign that you're in a certain hour and then put it back in. That was something super significant in the life of the artist, you know, that he was a person that he felt so free. So having to do this every day was just like a process that really got into his nerves, but it really helped him to like go inside himself to find who he really was. Okay, so this piece is called Cobalt Gonfalon and Cardinal Gonfalon. Okay, what's a gonfalon? Gonfalon is a flag, and cobalt is the color blue, cardinal is the color red. So these little flags here resemble a game the artist used to play in his childhood, okay? So it was this game of like passing the ball, and every time like you reach the ball from an end, they pass you a blue flag or a red flag, and depending how fast you get to the other side, they give you the other flag. This was one of the best childhood memories from the artist back then. So he decided to do this piece resembling that beautiful moment, like not everything's sad, you know? This piece is called The Commendable and the Outrageous. Commendable and atrocious means the good and the bad. This piece talks to like the moral parts of the artist, you know, like to his grandma, he was a bad person because he liked going out, he liked having a lot of friends, so his grandma was all the time telling him that he was an evil child, or he grew up with this, but in the other part he was a person that he was always helping everybody. So he always grew up with this like double moral of if I'm good or I'm bad, like I'm going to a good way in life. So that's why he decided to create this piece with a cross symbolizing religion from two sides. And he did it like in this piece resembling like kind of like a bicycle thing. So that resembles like when he went out with friends and like did like leisure things. So that's what this piece is about, his double moral and his life. This next piece we have here is called Dissentive Interruption. This means when something is stopping, even if you don't want it to stop. So the artist got inspired by balloons flying, getting cut up in the building so high up, you know, that's so hard to reach them. So yeah, this resembles like when he was trying to be a normal boy, but he had to work from so young that he couldn't really enjoy a normal childhood. So that's what the artist decided to put it so high up, you know, like it's so high up that I can't reach my dreams, I can't reach my purposes, but at the same time it's a balloon that flies. So what's the purpose of a flying balloon if it's gonna get up cut in like some material? You know, that's what he was trying to explain. And he decided to do it all white because white is the color of peace, of liberty. So here we play a game of words as well, you know, and meanings. So there we go, consent of interruption. The mainspring of concealment. The artist has created a remarkable optical illusion that speaks to identity and artifice. Copying the texture, color, and material of the actual painted building, the artist has then created a section and constructed the appearance of it peeling off and revealing a false layer of paint and foundation, one that never really existed. In the same way, people can often reveal something deep of themselves, creating the feeling that you're learning the depths, when really it may only be hiding a deeper artifice, or more layers of false identity under a guise of openness. The artist refuses to share what personal experience has inspired this work. This piece is called the peer view on keenness. Peer view is when you really want to reach something, when you vision something, and keenness is when you're enthusiastic about something that you really want to reach. So the artist decided to do this piece explaining how to really become someone that you want to be, you have to think outside the box. That's why he put the letter stars there in a box, outside of the box. You have to go a little bit further. Okay, and if we see he used a square material, gray material to make it look like if it was part of the street, to make it like disguised into something that is normal. But thinking outside the box is not normal. It's something pretty gifted. Okay?